Imagine a single, precise strike that shattered the plans of over 1,000 terrorists, changing the fate of an entire nation. In the heart of the Sahel, where decades of violence and instability have left communities vulnerable and governments powerless, one young leader dared to rewrite the rules of warfare. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's epic drone strike, using only 3 drones, sent shockwaves through the region. A bold, game-changing moment in the fight against terror. Kandara, a fictional country, stands as a powerful symbol for the real nations of the Sahel region, where decades of instability and conflict have ravaged communities and challenged governments. This vast, arid expanse is home to diverse peoples and cultures, yet it has become a battleground for control between fragile states and militant groups. Among these groups, Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam wal Muslimin (JNM), an affiliate of Al-Qaeda, has emerged as a dominant and deadly force. JNM was formed in 2017 through the merger of several jihadist factions, including Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb (AQIM) and Ansar Dine. This coalition has grown into a complex network with ambitions to impose its ideology and control over large swaths of territory. Its influence extends across Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and beyond, exploiting local grievances, weak governance, and porous borders. NIM's tactics include brutal attacks on civilians, targeted assassinations, and the establishment of shadow governance systems that disrupt daily life and economic activity. The impact on Kandara's people has been devastating. Villages have been abandoned, markets closed, and millions displaced. The humanitarian crisis deepens as insecurity limits access to food, healthcare, and education. NIM's control over artisanal gold mines and trade routes funds its operations, while its enforcement of harsh social rules sows fear and division. Meanwhile, Kandara's government struggles to maintain authority. Corruption, political instability, and limited resources have eroded state power, especially in the northern regions where NIM's presence is strongest. Military forces are often outmatched and demoralized, unable to secure vast, difficult terrain. The withdrawal of international troops and aid has further weakened the state's capacity to respond effectively. Amid this turmoil, Captain Ibrahim Traoré emerges as a young, determined military leader with a vision for change. Unlike previous leaders, Traoré rejects reliance on traditional foreign aid and outdated tactics. He seeks innovative strategies and local empowerment to reclaim Kandara's sovereignty. His leadership offers a beacon of hope for a nation desperate for security and stability. In May 2025, Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam wa al-Muslimin (JNM), an Al-Qaeda affiliate active in the Sahel, launched a devastating assault on a military base in the northern town of Djibo, Kandara. Hundreds of militants overran the base, destroying it completely and targeting nearby civilian infrastructure including a police station and market. According to multiple sources, including the US-based Site Intelligence Group, JNM claimed to have killed around 200 soldiers in this attack, marking one of the deadliest strikes in recent years. Satellite imagery from the day of the attack revealed extensive burn marks and smoke rising from the military base, a nearby prison, and civilian areas, underscoring the scale of destruction. Local residents reported dozens of casualties among both soldiers and civilians. Following the attack, JNM blocked road access to Djibo, signaling their intent to consolidate control over the area. This surge in militant activity comes amid ongoing challenges faced by Kandara's military government, which seized power in 2022 promising stability but has struggled to contain insurgent advances. The attack occurred while military leader Ibrahim Traoré was abroad seeking additional support, highlighting the persistent volatility in the region. NIM's strategy increasingly involves targeting military positions to capture weapons and strengthen their forces, complicating efforts to restore security. The group has also issued warnings urging civilians to evacuate contested towns, indicating a shift toward attempting territorial control rather than isolated attacks. This recent attack exemplifies the ongoing threat posed by jihadist groups in Kandara and the broader Sahel, underscoring the urgent need for innovative and effective responses to counter their growing influence. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's approach to combating insurgency in Kandara marks a significant departure from traditional military tactics. Rejecting reliance on conventional Western aid, which he viewed as ineffective and often entangled with political strings, Traoré embraced innovation by integrating advanced drone technology into his military strategy. This shift was not just tactical but symbolic, a statement of Kandara's sovereignty and self-reliance in the face of persistent threats. Traoré introduced a fleet of 3 specialized drones, dubbed the Silent Guardians, to the Kandara armed forces. These drones, including Turkish-made Bayraktar TB2 models, were procured through a combination of government funding and citizen donations, reflecting a national commitment to reclaiming security. Their deployment represented a leap forward in Kandara's military capabilities, allowing for real-time surveillance, intelligence gathering and precision strikes that were previously unattainable in the vast and challenging Sahel terrain. The intelligence operation preceding the drone strike was meticulous. Utilizing the drone's advanced surveillance systems, Kandara's military identified a concentration of over 1,000 jihadist fighters affiliated with Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam wal Muslimin, JNM, entrenched in a remote stronghold. The drones provided continuous aerial reconnaissance, mapping enemy movements and supply routes, and relaying critical data to command centers. This intelligence was pivotal in planning a strike that minimized collateral damage while maximizing impact. On the day of the operation, the 3 drones executed a coordinated strike with surgical precision. The drones targeted key militant positions, weapon caches, and command posts, crippling the insurgents' operational capacity. The strike was swift and decisive, leaving the jihadist forces disoriented and significantly weakened. The use of drones allowed Kandara's forces to avoid prolonged ground engagements, reducing casualties among soldiers and civilians alike. This operation was more than a military victory, it was a powerful message to insurgents and foreign powers alike. For Kandara's citizens, it symbolized a turning point, a demonstration that their country could defend itself with modern tools and strategic ingenuity. For jihadist groups, it was a stark warning that their movements were no longer hidden from the skies. And for international observers, it underscored Kandara's resolve to chart its own path in security matters, independent of traditional alliances. Visual storytelling of this campaign would include dynamic drone footage capturing the reconnaissance phase, detailed tactical maps illustrating the strike plan, and behind-the-scenes coordination efforts. These visuals would highlight the sophistication and effectiveness of the drone strategy, reinforcing the narrative of innovation and resilience. The aftermath of the 2025 drone strike led by Captain Ibrahim Traoré reverberated strongly within Kandara and across the Sahel region. Inside Kandara, the operation sparked a surge of hope and renewed morale among citizens weary of years of insecurity. The success of the drone strike was seen as a turning point, symbolizing the possibility of reclaiming control over territories long dominated by jihadist groups. This boost in confidence was palpable in public discourse, with many expressing pride in the military's innovative approach and a belief in a safer future. However, the victory also brought to light significant challenges ahead. Internally, Kandara faced tensions as some factions questioned the military's growing power and the implications of relying heavily on drone technology. The humanitarian situation remained dire, with displaced populations and communities caught in the crossfire requiring urgent assistance. The government's ability to manage these crises while maintaining security was under intense scrutiny. Regionally, the strike intensified debates over the use of drones and foreign alliances. While some neighboring countries viewed Kandara's success as a model for countering insurgency, others expressed concern about the escalation of drone warfare and its potential to cause civilian harm. Internationally, the operation sparked controversy, with critics questioning the legality and ethics of drone strikes, especially given past reports of civilian casualties in similar campaigns. Social media and the diaspora played a crucial role in shaping narratives around the strike. Supporters hailed Traoré as a visionary leader, while opponents highlighted the risks of militarization and the need for political solutions. The digital discourse underscored the complex and multifaceted impact of the strike, reflecting both hope and caution as Kandara and the Sahel navigate an uncertain path forward. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's drone strike represents a pivotal moment in African self-determination. It signals a shift toward a future where African nations harness cutting-edge technology combined with indigenous leadership to address their unique challenges. Traoré's approach breaks from reliance on traditional external powers, emphasizing sovereignty, innovation, and local solutions. This blend of modern tools and visionary leadership offers a blueprint for other African countries striving for stability and progress. The strike is more than a military success. It embodies a broader movement toward reclaiming control over Africa's destiny. It inspires hope that through courage and innovation, African nations can overcome long-standing obstacles and chart their own paths. Traoré's leadership has sparked conversations across the continent and diaspora, encouraging support for stories that highlight resilience and forward-thinking strategies. As viewers, you are invited to engage with these narratives, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to amplify voices of change. Supporting such stories helps spread awareness and fosters a community that values African leadership and technological advancement. Together, we can celebrate and promote the new era unfolding across Africa, driven by leaders like Traoré who dare to innovate and inspire.